Ja Morant donkey of the day.
Yes, indeed.
Now, we open up the phone lines, 800-585-1051, and just asking your thoughts. I mean, I think it's very sad. I think he's about to lose a lot. I'm hoping that he can change and can turn it around. I just don't understand why. And what you said in the donkey today is the truth. Like these people that you're idolizing and trying to be like, whether it's your rappers, whether it's the street dudes, they would change everything, give everything away to be in your predicament.
They want to be you.
To be in your position.
You want to be them, but they want to be you.
The fact that you're in the NBA and really you don't got no street beef. It's not like you're a drug dealer and you got to worry about other drug dealers. You ain't a rapper. You ain't got to worry about other rappers or where you came from. You are making, I think they said he's set to make $233 million.
No, he didn't make that. And the reason he didn't make that is because he didn't make the All-NBA team this year. So he lost $40 million. He had a 5-year, $194 million deal with the Memphis Grizzlies. But being that he didn't make any All-NBA teams this year, he didn't make the extra $40 million. So he's not eligible for the Supermax contract no more. You don't think that they didn't vote him in because of his off-the-court behavior?
Of course.
Of course. So that's already costing you money, tens of millions of dollars. Let me tell y'all something, man. You know how hard it is to make $1 million?
Very difficult.
You know how hard it is to make $2?
Yes.
Do you know how hard it is to make $100, $200 million, $300 million?
Yeah.
Come on, man. And you want to be like the rappers? You want to be like the gangsters? They would kill to be you, Ja. They would absolutely give up their pinky toes. They would take the guns that you be waving in your Instagram live videos and shoot their own pinky toe off if you told them they can get $300 million.
Yeah, but then you also did said that it's not his friends as well. But I say I got to put some of the blame on his friends. Because it's also the people around you, right? And his people around you, they could be on salary, they could be getting paid, they could be a part of his team.
I disagree.
And it gets to the point where if you don't make it, I don't make it. So I'm going to make sure that you're not in your own way. If I'm your friend, I'm your brother, I'm your confidant, I'm on your team, and I'm with you all the time, I'm going to make sure you don't get in your own way.
Yeah, but we act like we don't know if these people have been doing that. And here's the reality of the situation. In that Script Club video, Ja was the one holding up a gun.
Correct.
In the car, Ja was the one holding up the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when they said he got into it with the 17-year-old, he punched the kid. His man punched the kid, same dude, Devontae, right? He punched the guy allegedly. But it's just like, that still doesn't put it on him, the friend.
No, it doesn't. But
the choices ultimately land in Ja Morant's
You're
lap.
right, but we got to have strong friends around us, right? Charlamagne, if I'm about to do something stupid, right?
Yeah.
There's been times when I was about to do something stupid. What's the first thing you say? Yo, you shouldn't handle it that way.
Yeah, but if you still do something stupid, I can't stop you.
But if you see me about to do something, you're not going to stop me? You're not going to try?
But if you continue to still do it, that's still on you.
But you're not going to be with me while I do the stupidity.
No, but I'm not. I don't think Devontae thought Ja was going to do that. I saw the way he snatched the camera away.
You're right.
He's like, whoa. But here's the other thing. Why y'all got guns in the car?
And that's another thing. I'm not going to let you drive around with a gun in the car.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, if you feel like you got to have a gun, where's security? Let me call security. We got enough for it.
That's right. Anywhere you going with a man that's worth, first of all, forget the $100 million. Anywhere you going with anybody where you think you need a gun, you shouldn't be there.
You should not go.
You should not be there.
You should
not
go.
And if that $300 million man, or however much he's worth, feels like he needs to walk around with a gun, that is all the more reason to hire that man 24/7 security.
Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's your name, bro?
Hey, my name Vontae, man. I'm from Mounts Corner.
The 843, Mounts Corner all day. What's happening?
Hey, fella, what's going on, family?
What's up, fam? How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I work on this clock, man.
Look, this ain't no family reunion, man. What's your
thoughts,
man?
It's always a family reunion on the Breakfast Club.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. If Ja Morant need his ass cut, you know, him and his damn daddy, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna cap.
You think they need their ass cut?
Yeah.
Oh, he mean cut like somebody need to beat their ass.
Oh, that's what that means.
To get them to act right. Yeah,
Okay,
he don't mean
you.
cut like from the team.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, beat their ass, bro. Ain't no way you keep doing the same slow shit, boy.
I'm with you. Now, see, let me translate for my geeky
Please help me out.
He's not wishing violence upon them. It's just like when you're young as a child and you got to get a beating to get some discipline.
Yes.
That's what he wants to happen to them in this sense. It don't have to be literally beat. You know what I mean? But he wants them to feel the consequences of their actions so they know better.
Got you.
But I don't think the daddy got nothing to do with this. It's all on Ja.
Nah, the daddy don't have nothing to do with it. But let me ask you a question. If they do cut him for a significant amount of time, right? Let's say half a season, a full season, that might send him into a whirlwind because maybe basketball is the only thing that's keeping him focused because he has to train. He has to play. That's keeping him out of trouble.
I'm scared of that, but you know what? That's the risk you got to take. And I do think he needs to be suspended for a significant amount of time.
Hello, who's this?
Peace out, Keys. This is Red.
Red, good morning, man. What's your thoughts, man?
Man, listen. First of all, y'all got the greatest weight music of all time. But to get to Ja Morant, that young man needs some help, man. He's crying out. I see, unfortunately, suicide potentially. How he's committing career suicide.
Yep.
But we've seen this before, man, with the Maurice Claret, the Gilbert Arenases, the Mike Tysons. Like, the world is at your feet, and you sabotage it. So it's got to be tools that he doesn't have in his mental toolbox that's not helping him cope with all this.
But let me ask you a question. What like when we say he's dealing with problems, he's crying out for help. What help is he crying out for? Like
the pressure. I mean, look, everybody got pressure. You got pressure. I got pressure. It's different levels to this pressure. So now when you're spending, even in his own mind, he could be putting so much pressure on himself to where he doesn't see himself. He could be like, Jamal Murray's better than me. Just, you know what I'm saying? And it's just small things like that could be playing on his psyche. He could really not be as good as he think he is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a damn lie, because Ja Morant be balling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Ja Morant.
So I don't understand what the cry for help is, right? You know, certain people, like when I started off DJing, I had to go to certain areas and certain clubs that I had to go to make money. And I knew they weren't the best areas. I knew they weren't the greatest areas, but I had to go. Ja Morant don't have that problem.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a psychiatrist. You know what I mean? I go to too much therapy to ever be a psychiatrist. But I don't see him crying out for help. I see him just making poor choices and dumb decisions, and I don't know what is causing him to make those poor choices and dumb decisions. Like I said during Donkey Today, if we found out today that Ja Morant had a drug problem or an alcohol problem, it would make all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because now we got a reason as to why he's making these foolish choices.
Correct.
Right now, I don't understand any of it.
Let's go to one more caller before we take some more calls. 800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
This is Delia from Detroit.
What up, Delia?
What's the deal, Envy?
How you feeling? Talk to us. What's your thought on
Good,
Ja
I'm
Morant?
good. Oh, my God. I'm so disappointed in Ja Morant. I am a single parent. I grew up in a two-parent home. I promise you, I tried to make everything work with my child's father because I know the statistics against a single-parent household. For him to have two parents, for them to deal what they have done for him, and for him to be crashing out like this, I'm just disappointed. Then he has a little sister that's following in his footsteps. What type of example are you showing?
I mean,
it's like I would trade places with you in a heartbeat, boy.
And that's the scariest thing about this whole situation. Like, you know, if you followed Ja through high school, we didn't hear about any incidents.
Right.
You know what I mean? There wasn't any trouble around Ja Rule. That's a Ja Rule. Even in college, you didn't hear this about Ja Morant. You know what I mean? So it's just like, why wait till you make hundreds of millions of dollars in the NBA to start thugging?
I will say this, though, and we talk about it all the time, it's the influence, right? Because you see all these kids that are heavily influenced by NBA YoungBoy. You see these kids heavily influenced by Chief Keef and Kodak Black and Pooh Shiesty. And that influence does it. Like, I've seen suburbia kids wear masks on their prom pictures and going on the field because they want to be like Pooh Shiesty. They don't have a thug bone in their body.
Every single one of those rappers you name would trade places with Ja Morant in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Every single one of them.
Without a doubt.
When I say every single one of them, there is no doubt in my mind everybody you just named would trade places with him in a heartbeat.
All right. Well, we're opening up the phone lines. We're talking Ja Morant. Charlamagne gave him Donkey today. What's your thoughts on the Ja Morant situation? If you don't know, allegedly he had another gun on live. That's right. So looks like he's going to get suspended. We'll find out how and why and how long. But we're taking your calls when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to Ja Morant.
That's right.
Now, we're asking, phone lines are wide open. What are your thoughts? 800-585-1051. We have Asia on the line. Asia, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
How you feeling
Good morning,
this
morning?
Asia?
I'm feeling. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Blessed,
What's your
black, and
thoughts?
highly favored.
So I'm from Memphis, and this is typical behavior. Shout out to my city, though. I love y'all. I have a problem. Like, yes, we should put all the accountability on him, but I have a problem with his circle because none of the people in my circle, famous, public figures, social media influence, but we still hold each other accountable. Bad behavior is not acceptable, and portraying an image that you're not is also not acceptable. And we're not going to let each other get in situations that will be like this. Like, he got millions, hundreds of millions of dollars on the table. He has brand endorsements. He has a lot of stuff on the table. His whole career ahead of him.
That's right.
I feel like as your circle, they should have told you, you just got out of the heat with this last situation. Lay low. Chill out for a little minute. Just lay low. You don't need to do nothing. You don't need to be on social media. You don't need to do none of that.
But how do we know how do we know his circle not telling him that, though? That's why I say it ultimately that all of this falls on Ja. I get everything y'all saying about his circle and his family and everything else, but this is ultimately up to him.
Yeah, and you're right. But see, that's the thing. When it comes down to holding somebody accountable and you see they're not willing to listen, you're supposed to dissociate yourself from them. You're not even supposed to be around them no more. Let him be out there by himself, because now, even though his friend did move the phone real quick, they're still putting it on his friend. Like, why would you even be recording him? Not even knowing what he's going to do.
But it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't like his friend surprised him and started taping. They were taping before that, so he knew it was being taped. But like Charlamagne said, it's on Ja. Yeah, his friends should be a lot smarter, but at the end of the day, it's on Ja. Now, if you're a mentor out in Memphis?
I'm virtual now, but yes, I started in Memphis.
How many kids you got out there in Memphis?
15 virtually.
All right. You know, I'm doing my car show there in 2 weeks, so I would love to give you some tickets so your students to come to the car show for free and get VIP passes, get there early and all that other stuff, if that's cool with you.
Oh, yeah, that's cool with me. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
All right, hold on, and I get all your information. I have my assistant hit you up. All right, hold on, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The only thing worse than Ja's behavior is Zion Williams' outfits.
Yo, shut up, man.
Zion, I love you, bro. Get a stylist.
Hello, who's this?
Oh, hello, it's B-Mo from the Metro.
Hey, what's up, brother?
803, what's happening? South Carolina heavy this morning.
What's your thoughts, brother, on Ja Morant?
Of course, as we should be, because, you know, we're very endearing to Ja. Like, we know how important he is to the city, to the state and stuff like that. But what he's doing is awful. It's like, and I think his dad is going to feel away, because he's the one who trained him in the backyard, jumping through tires and doing all of this stuff. If Ja were to lose all of this, he's going to feel resentment towards his dad, because he is so connected to his journey and helping him get there.
Well, he shouldn't feel no resentment towards his dad, because his dad got him there. You know what I mean? But they always, what do they say? Your talent will take you places where your character can't sustain you. At some point, the parent isn't responsible for Ja no more. And if you ask me, Ja's father is not responsible for Ja no more.
Ja I hate when people talk about Ja's dad, right?
He did great.
Ja's dad did great. He did what he was supposed to do. He got him out of South Carolina, made him a
number 2 pick in
name.
the NBA draft,
He gave
man.
him a career. He trained him. He kept him out of trouble. His dad did what he was supposed to do. And if that's my son, I'm at every game too. I trained him. Yes, I'm there. I'm supporting my son.
The problem,
like it or love it, who cares? But
the problem with Ja now is he's an adult.
He is an adult.
So being that he's an adult, he don't have nobody, holding his hand and saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. So that's why I keep telling y'all, at the end of the day, it's ultimately on Ja.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Artist. How are you?
Hey, Artist. Good morning. What's your thoughts talking Ja Morant this morning?
Yes. Well, I feel like money doesn't equate morality. And so even though money's on the line and he's making money, he's young, he's probably living his dreams or maybe what his parents wanted him to do, it doesn't mean that he's going to be such a great person. So, personally, I wouldn't want to trade myself with somebody who doesn't have good morality. It's like men who have families and children, but they're really gay. It's like, you cannot change a person's inside.
Whoa. What the hell was that?
Yeah, I don't know where you went with that one.
What the hell? Listen, first of all, I don't think what Ja is doing is immoral. I think what Ja is doing is stupid.
Dumb.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of morality. Even though we use terms like morality clause, that's just the language that's in these corporate contracts. I don't think what he's doing is immoral. I think what he's doing is dumb and stupid. And this is about business, because if it wasn't about business, we wouldn't be having these conversations. If this wasn't going to cost him hundreds of millions of dollars, we wouldn't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, let him do whatever he wants to do. But the fact that we know this is going to possibly cost him hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe cost him a career, nobody wants to see that. And
nobody here is saying cancel him, right? Because I hear people cancel. No, nobody wants to cancel him. He's a young man. He's making a bunch of dumb mistakes, and I'm praying that he can change it around, because he can influence a lot of kids out there. He made a bunch of bad mistakes. He made a bunch of bad decisions, and I'm praying that he could change that. Hello, who's this? Hello?
It's Emerson.
Emerson, what's up? Talk to us.
Man, God, he in that social media age, man. That's all it is. They have fun. but he don't understand as much as he can lose. So who's gonna tell him that?
I don't believe that he doesn't understand that because he told Jalen Rose he knows exactly, what he has to lose. So
Right.
so I can only take a person on his word. If you know better, you should do better.
You're right, but like Jalen said, if they had social media back then, you know what I'm saying, how many people stars would have been without?
But that can't be an excuse. That can't be an excuse. Yeah, you could say that if they have, but they have social media now, and everything is filmed and everything is taped, and you should know how to move. And there's no way somebody worth $200, $300 million should be walking around with a pistol defending themselves.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
You gotta know who you are, man.
And I put it to you like this: Charlamagne and myself ain't worth $300 million, but when we go out. Please believe we have security with us to make sure that we're safe and we're not walking around trying to defend ourselves.
That's right.
So should he have a mentor then?
Yes.
I mean, who's supposed to support him?
But that's why I said during Donkey of the Day, he's had enough examples of people that have done it right. Your mentor should be LeBron James. Your mentor should be the Steph Currys of the world. Reach out to these people.
Yeah.
I'm sure these people would love to put their arm around you. Reach out to the OGs, the Michael Jordans, the Magic Johnsons, all of these people who have lived and learned. Allen Iverson. Steven Jackson. Matt Barnes. You don't think these brothers have been through it already? These brothers would love to put their arm around you and guide you the right way and show you how to move. What are we talking about? There's been too many examples of brothers from the hood who probably come from worse circumstances than Ja who have figured it out in the NBA. So we cannot use that as him being young as an excuse because there's too many people with experience that he can reach out to. And
that's why the NBA a lot of times put a lot of these OGs and a lot of these veterans on these teams because their job really is to make sure that they're mentoring the younger players and guiding them so they don't do the same things that the OGs did or the older players did or the vets did. So that's why a lot of times these older players are on these teams. Now, Charlamagne, let's close this out.
How the hell am I going to close it out?
You close it out.
I'll close it out by telling everybody to go look at that sermon Sarah Jake Roberts gave yesterday at the Potter House. And you know what the name of the sermon was?
What?
I Know Better.
Right.
That's what it was called. I Know Better. Go listen to that sermon. And you'll understand why it's called I Know Better.
All right. Well, when we come back, we got your rumor report. We got to talk about Ghost, Omari Hardwick. What will make him come back? We'll find out. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.